Yo, what is up, guys? So we got some new Yu-Gi-Oh cards to check out. What the heck are these? Hayate? Are these like ninjas, samurai warriors? I don't know. But the artwork is kind of interesting. But what I really wanted to go over first is these new Timelords that apparently so broken. You guys have been saying that, dude, this is going to be a tier 0 deck. Hold on. Let me read the card effect before we get into that. And let me check out what we can do with it. So, first off, Yugioh, the Timelord. It's a level 10 fire fairy effect monster, 0 attack, 0 defense. In fact, all of them are going to have 0, 0. Like, that's just like Timelords. We're not going to go over that. But, anyways, they cannot be special summoned from the deck. Now, I think there's a card that ignores its summoning conditions that you can use to bring out other things, but the first effect says, if you control no monsters, you can roll summon this card without attributing. Cannot be destroyed by battle by card effects. You take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battle, half your opponent's life points. Okay, so this is something that people were like, dude, it's so broken, just half your opponent's life points. That's a pretty insane effect. Now, this is pretty much inherent with all the Timelords, where it's like, if you don't control a monster, you can roll summon without attributing. They're immune to being destroyed by card effects, and they can't be destroyed by battle. And then you also take no battle damage. So that's kind of dirty. You just have your opponent's life points like that. Now, Timelords is essentially a burn deck. We'll go over more of the stuff. I want to check out everything first, and then we'll talk about some theory crafting. So, anyways, next up we have Jikaishin, or Hyrian, the Timelord. So it's level 10 Earth Fairy effect monster. This is the one on the right. Here's a zoomed up picture of them, in case anyone wanted to just check out the artwork. Looks like they got like faces in the middle of them. But anyways, Hyrian, the Earth one, can't be spell summoned. Control no monsters, you can roll summon without attributing. Can't be destroyed by battle by card effects. You take no battle damage from attacks involving this card. At the end of the battle phase, if this card is battled, activate this effect. If your life points is lower than your opponent's life points, inflict the difference as damage to your opponents. Huh, okay. That's kind of dirty. Like I said, Timelords are a burn deck at the end of the day. In fact, we actually covered them a while ago when they got some of their newer support, but this is like, well, dude, this is like just actually like super good. I mean, I want to check out everything before we comment on him. But anyways, and once performing the sound phase, you shuffle it back into the deck. So basically, they have like the third effect is basically like the difference. So this basically makes it so it's more balanced. But I wouldn't really worry about that too much. This is the effect that you want. This is the guy that you want to be busting out. Next up, we have Ryphion, the Timelord. So here's a zoomed up picture on both of these guys over here. And let's go ahead and check out their effects. That's like the important part, right? So we have a new Wind one. Again, all the effects are the same. We're just really interested in the third effect. Unless, of course, I see something different, then we'll comment on it. Anyways, at the end of the battle phase, if this card battle inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of one face-up monster your opponent controls that this card battled this turn. So basically, whatever their stats are, you're doing damage to it. It's okay. I mean, most good monsters are going to have like 2k plus attack, right? So, I mean, that's good. I mean, I understand halving your opponent's life points. That's like real good. It puts them in a really, really dangerous zone. And since they are level 10, I mean, theoretically, if you're anything that you can exceed into like a Gustav Max, that's another like 2k. I don't think this card's bad. Again, this plus any level 10, you're going to be set up right there to go to a Gustav Max in main phase 2. I think it's very, very viable to like finish off your opponent in time, and like an actual just Timelords deck now. Anyways, next up we have the Gabrion, the Timelord, which is a level 10 water fairy effect monster. Again, it's just basically the Universal attribute. Anyways, we're here for the third effect. So at the end of the battle phase, if this card battles, shuffle all cards your opponent controls into the deck. Then your opponent draws the same number of cards that will return it to their deck. Huh. That was interesting. I didn't expect it to do that. I'm not sure how I would feel about that one. There might be some kind of weird interaction with certain cards where you shuffle all of them back. What is that? Protector, the Change Traded combo. There's a combo that you can do to actually make it so your opponent, like, midway in between effects, you can make it so, like, they just don't get the draws. That can be kind of dirty, but for the most part, it's a real cheesy thing to do anyways. Next up, though, we got way more trap support for them? Okay. I don't even know if these traps are actually for them, but anyways, let's go and check this out. Is this it? We got, do we have any more Timelord monsters? Okay. That looks like that's it. Anyways, so we have a few different trap cards. The artwork on, I mean, there's just like little circles here. We don't really need to go over that too much. They're all just continuous trap cards. Anyways, let's check them out. So we have Non-Existence. Wow, that's a pretty interesting name for a card. So I'm not sure which one corresponds to which one, but it doesn't really matter anyways. So anyways, first off, continuous trap card. It says while this card is face up once, it cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effect. Second effect says once per turn you can activate one of these effects. Discard one level 10 monster to draw a card. Other part of the effect says you control no other card in your spell trap, so you can target a Time Lord monster graveyard, shuffle it into the deck, then you can set an endless emptiness from your hand or deck to your spell and trap zone. Okay, so that's part of like the next card over here, which is the endless emptiness. So it's continuous trap, so it says activate by sending one face-up non-existent in your spell and trap zone to the graveyard. Once per turn, this card cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. Second effect says once per turn, you can activate one of these effects. During the main phase, summon one Time Lord monster from your hand. Okay. Second effect says target one Time Lord monster you ever shuffle in the deck. Then you could set an infinite light from your hand or deck to your spell and trap zone. Okay. Almost reminds me like Yugioh. It's like, dude, you're getting two conditional on top of other conditional things. But it can't be destroyed by an opponent's card effect. But more likely, you guys already know what's going to happen. It's going to be bounced back, or you're going to get OTK before you're going to go through all three of the steps. But I mean, maybe it's got some crazy win condition. Next up, we have Infinite Light, which is the next continuous trap card that says activate by sending one face-up endless emptiness in your spell and trap zone to your graveyard. Cannot be destroyed by opponent's card effects. The second effect says Time Lord monsters you control cannot be targeted. Wow, that was the one thing that like destroys them. That and like obviously Kaijus. But next up, Time Lord monsters you control cannot be targeted by card effects. Neither player can return a Time Lord monster on the field into the deck. Wow. That is pretty good, pretty good. Neither player can return a Time Lord, so they just stay on the field forever? Oh my gosh, that's kind of broken, dude. And then the third effect, once per turn, if you control no monster, you can special summon Time Lord monsters with different names, up to one each from your hand or deck or graveyard. What? You could just summon a Time Lord, ignoring its summoning conditions, up to one each. With different, dude, that is, okay, that might be difficult to pull up. That's like a win condition, alright? If you're summoning like a bunch of Time Lords, like, oh, I'm gonna half your life points, I'm gonna do burn damage, and I'm gonna just return everything. Oh my gosh, this, dude, that is insane. No, they all do have zero attack, most of them. In fact, I think there's like one Time Lord actually has stats, but it makes it so like your opponent doesn't take any of the damage. That's insane. Okay. We do have more cards to check out, but I wanted to check out, there's another Time Lord card. How many Time Lord cards are there? There's probably not that many. So let me go ahead and just... There was one that lets you... Is it this one? Control no monster, you can special summon this card. It can be used as two tributes for a Time Lord. You can banish this card from your graveyard and special summon one Time Lord monster with zero attack from your deck, ignoring the summoning conditions. Okay, there is a restriction on this because I was talking about the Gustav Max combo. Oh, this one is a new Time Lord as well. I don't know if this one was mentioned. Was this one actually showed off? This one... it was Saudi. Okay, this one I believe is older. It might be older. Okay, it's a more recent one, but it is older if I remember correctly. But anyways, so this card over here is Sidon the Time Lord. So his effect is that it can't be special summoned from the deck. If only your opponent controls a monster, you can normal summon this card without tributing. Can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects. Neither player takes battle damage from attacks from this card. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battle, you get to just burn your opponent for 2,000 damage to your opponent, and then once per turn you shuffle it back. But what I was thinking with this, by the way, this is a new deck that's not ready to be shown. But if you go with Sand Ion, plus you have Ectoplasmer. Okay, so all you would need to do with the core combo that I was thinking of, because people were mentioning it's so broken, just half your opponent's life points. I'm like, dude, that's kind of broken. So what you can do is you have your opponent's life points. Obviously, at that point, it's 4,000 or under if they're using Solemns or any card that pays life points. You could just summon Sound Ion, because remember, like, more than likely your opponent's not going to be able to do anything, because they cannot, and apparently now they can't be targeted, and they can't return, so good luck. So you get to burn your opponent for 2,000 damage via his effect. Now keep in mind you won't be able to do battle damage, but it has 4,000 attack. All you would need to do is activate Ectoplasmer and just end turn, and you just win. It's literally like you put your opponent at 4,000, you attack with Sand Ion, you get to 2,000 burn damage and Ectoplasmer. Once per turn during each player's end phase, the turn player must tribute one face-up monster, and if they do, inflict damage to their opponent equal to the half of the original attack of the tributed monster. Interesting stuff, man. You can use it with that layer of darkness. But anyways, nonetheless, it was just something I just thought of in my head. It's a really old card, but I don't know if people will be playing it. But this is actually pretty, like, I think this card right here, the Mykion, I think that he is actually broken. Like, just half your opponent's life points just straight up. And the fact that you can actually special summon them, there is this card that I went over in the Time Lord. It was the little card where it's like you banish it from the graveyard. And if you control no monsters, you special summon, it can be used as 2 tributes for them. But pretty much you're just going to be using it for its other effect, which is banish special summon Time Lord, ignoring its summoning conditions. And then, bam, you're ready to go. It does not even negate the effects or anything like that. Whoops, hold on, my text got kind of messed up there. Yeah, you choose special summon 1 Time Lord with 0 attack, ignoring its summoning conditions, but you can't special summon other monsters the turn. So you couldn't Gustav max him, but the fact that you have like an easy card that just halves your opponent's life points and has protection, and if you do play like the other new trap support, yeah, it's pretty good. But anyways, we still have a few new cards to check out. I don't know if this is a new archetype. They look like samurai, like warriors. How many more cards do we have? All right, we got new fusions too. All right, well, let's check them out, guys. So anyways, this is from Collector Pack 2018, although we don't get the Collector Pack, maybe tins, I don't know, maybe Special Edition. We'll get them somehow. All right, anyways, Hayate the Earth Star. So let's go check out all these artworks zoomed up on them. Okay, they look kind of cool. Like I said, they look kind of like some samurai like artwork. Anyways, Hayate the Earth Star. Actually, let's go ahead and do this over here so it looks a little bit better so you guys can actually see the text here. So we have Hayate the Earth Star, which is the level 5 Earth Warrior. So that's actually they're all level 5 Earth. Well, I guess 2 of them are light, so it's the one in the top over here. Anyways, Hayate the Earth Star, level 5, 2100 attack, 0 defense. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. First effect says if your opponent controls the monster, or if you control a light monster, you know summon this card without attributing. If this card is normal or special, you get to special 1 level 5 light warrior monster from your hand. Third effect, once per turn, when a warrior monster you control is targeted for an attack, you can have this card lose 500 attack, and if it does, negate the attack. Overall, irrelevant. I mean, you already have a lot of like level 5 Galaxy Soldiers, which is much better in a sense, but nonetheless, we'll see. Maybe there's better support. Maybe it's part of an archetype. Anyways, we have Tenma the Sky Star. So I think these are the star archetype. Something about stars is the archetype. Anyways, we have a new level 5 Light Warrior, 2100 attack, 1000 defense. You can only use the second effect of this with this card's name once per turn. The first effect says if your opponent controls a monster, or if you control an Earth monster, you can normal summon this card without triggering. If this card is normal or special summon, you can just special 1 level 5 Earth Warrior monster from your hand. The third effect is once per when an opponent card or effect is activated that targets a warrior or warrior monsters you control as a quick effect, you have it lose 500 attack if it doesn't negate the activation if you do destroy that card. I mean, like, yeah, you can stop them from destroying these cards, but more than likely you're going to use these as either link material, a seed material, and then at that point they're just going to bottomless you, torrential tribute, whatever the case may be, or if they're warning it, well, good luck, you've been activating the effect in the first place. So far, they're not looking too hot, but maybe the last guy. This is Kaki the Unity Star. So it's level 5 Light Warrior. Effect monster, 1000 attack, 2100 defense points. It says you can only use each effect among the first and second effects with this card name once per turn. The first effect is if this card is special summon, you get to pay 500 life points to fusion summon 1 warrior fusion monster from your active deck using for monsters from your hand or field as fusion material. Second effect says during your opponent's turn, if you control level 5 or higher warrior monster whose attack is different from its original attack, as a quick effect, you just special summon this card from the graveyard. Okay, that's kind of cool. This is just like free fodder. You're going to be able to go straight. So I guess it's a fusion. Alright, so maybe we spoke too early about the other effects, but these still effects, to me, again, they're just not that good, because, well, first off, it has to, like, target it, and on top of that, it's slow. I just don't see it being super good, but the fusions are maybe where this deck is going to be cool. I mean, the artwork on the fusions, definitely a little bit better over here. I mean, if you told me these were Gladiator Beasts, I would have believed it, alright? But anyways, we have Idaten, the Conqueror Star, so it's a level 10 Light Warrior Fusion. Effect monster, 3000 attack, 2200 defense points. Fusion material is 2 level 5 or higher warrior monsters. You can only use the first effect with this card's name once per turn. The first effect says if this card is fusion summoned, you get to add a level 5 warrior monster from your deck to your hand. The second effect says once per turn you can discard any number of cards that gains 200 attack for each. Shoot, there might be some good stuff you could maybe do with it. Fables? Anyways, next up, this card battles an opponent's monster's level is equal to or lower than this card's. During damage calculation, you can activate this effect once per battle. During damage calculation, that opponent's monster attack becomes 0. Okay, that's like okay. I mean, it replenishes itself when it summons because, well, as soon as it's fusion summon, you get to add one. But again, the monster effects to protect the cards, well, you're going to be using them as fusion materials, so they're gone anyways. I just feel like it's too mediocre. Anyways, next up we have Shura. Wait, Shura? Is this a Blackwing? Is this like an armored Blackwing? Because sometimes, guys, if you guys didn't know, they actually do reuse some artwork and cards evolve through Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know if it's related to Blackwings and all. I don't think so, but if someone knows, let me know. I'm kind of curious. It'd be cool if they like fuse Gladiator Beast and Blackwings together. Anyways, Shura the Combat Star. So it's a level 12 Dark Warrior Fusion Effect Monster. 0/0. Fusion materials require specifically Idanten the Conqueror Star and plus 1 level 5 or higher Warrior Monster. Once performed during the battle phase, quick effect, you can make the attack of all face-up monsters your opponent controls become 0. Second effect says, if 2 monsters battle during damage calculation, you can activate this effect once per battle. During this damage calculation, each of those battling monsters gains attack equal to its own level times 200. So at this at level 12, there you go, 2400. Anyways, if this fusion summon card in its owner's control is sent to the graveyard because it was destroyed by an opponent's card, by battle by card effect, you just special one Idanten the Conqueror Star from your extra deck is treated as fusion summon. Okay, so this guy gets you the other guy. Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool. I still, because it does count as fusion summon. It almost reminds me of Gladiator because like contact fusion. That's at least the way I see it. But at the same time, again, the other monsters just need to be better. At least that's how I see it. But maybe we got some more support for them. Wait, are they ritual too? This can't be the same archetype. Anyways, next up we have Litmus Doom Swordsman. All right, level 8 Dark Ritual Effect Monster. 0/0. You can ritual summon this card with Luminous Doom Ritual. It's unaffected by trap effects. It can't be destroyed by battle. While a trap card is faced upon the field, it gains 3000 attack and defense. If this card is ritual summoned and its owner's control is destroyed by opponent's card, with battle or card effect, you can target one trap card in either graveyard and set it. Okay, so it's all about traps, I guess, bringing them back. And the next we have the ritual spell for the archetype, the Litmus Doom Ritual. Ritual spell card says it's used to ritual summon Litmus Doom Swordsman. You can only use the second effect with this card's name once per turn. So the first effect is to ritual summon one Litmus Doom Swordsman from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand and or field whose levels equal or exceed 8. If this card is in your graveyard, you get to target one Litmus Doom Swordsman in your graveyard. Shuffle both this card and the target monster on deck and draw one card. Okay, so it's got some recycle ability. It's kind of cool. All right, I think this card on its own, it's kind of mediocre. I mean, I like the fact that you can reset like a trap card. That means you could just basically get it back like once for free. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this because it has to be ritual summon. I don't know. Again, rituals aren't the most hot thing. You just usually end up going 2-. But anyways, next up we have the Viral Guard Dragon, Warlord Dragon. So it's a Link 4 Dark Dragon Link effect monster with 3000 attack. Link arrows are top center, middle right, bottom center, and bottom right. The Link arrows are 3+ effect monsters. First effect says can't be destroyed by card effects. Second effect says once per turn you can send one card from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard to special summon from either player's graveyard one monster that was sent there this turn because it was destroyed this turn, but it has its effects negated. Third effect is once per turn as a quick effect you target one monster in the field, change that monster to face up defense position. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this effects activation. It's kind of cool, so it's like stopping something. Alright, and then lastly, I think this is the last card that we have, which is Iron Draw over here. So this card, Iron Draw, is a normal spell card that says you can only activate a card with this card's name once per turn. First effect says you can control exactly 2 machine effect monsters, no other monsters. Draw 2 cards. Also for this turn, after this card resolves, you can't special summon monsters more than one time. More than one time? Okay, interesting. That could be pretty decent. I guess Cyber Dragons can use it. That's like pretty generic. I mean, every deck's going to be getting out multiple monsters these days for like plays. I'm just trying to think of how I could use it in like any Synchron deck. That'd be kind of interesting. Are those warriors? I think some of them are warriors, but I don't know. I'll have to recheck some of the stuff. I'm actually kind of curious. Hold on. Synchron. Are they all? They are. There is machines. Okay, cool. Okay. See, I'm trying to think about how to use it outside of... I don't know. It's obviously going to go well with the whole, like, Viral Dragons and stuff. But I feel like the Litmus is too new. We don't have enough information on it. These guys... it's not too bad. But again, like the monsters that we have right now are just too mediocre to make them viable. But dude, the Timelords are going to be definitely like a competitive deck, dude. That's crazy, man. These are definitely going to be great new Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Let me know, guys, if you think they're broken. I definitely think that it's just Mykion. He definitely is like too strong. Like the fact that you have a card that's basically immune to the majority of things, and then they're just like, here, by the way, let's just make it so they don't return. I know this thing is going to be a little bit difficult to activate, and a lot of people might not even play it. You might not even need it. But again, going back to what I was talking about, like it's very easy to just pull off this card. Obviously, this card's immune to everything, and then your opponent doesn't attack, and like, apparently they can't target them now. It doesn't return, and then just keep on halving your opponent's life points. Oh, gosh, that's gonna be a nightmare to deal with. But I don't know. You know, there are always ways to get around things. Just good. You run those kaijus, main deck, triple kaiju, and everything. Make sure you can OTK through this deck. I don't know. Let me know, guys, if you think Timelords are gonna be like a very competitive deck. I think they have potential now, definitely. Especially if we get any new cards after this. Crazy. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed checking out all of those new Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section below. But thanks for watching, guys. And if you guys got any replays with them, feel free to go ahead and send me in at AzneyesReplays@gmail.com. I love seeing what you guys send in, and like these cards just got announced. They're not out yet right now, but by the time I wake up, they'll probably be up there. But anyways, if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I always like having discussion videos and checking out new Yu-Gi-Oh cards with you guys. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I am signing out.